I think these are probably two of the hardest working signs in the entire zodiac, so I totally see why they would be deemed as the power couple, because quite frankly they have it together in terms of career and how they are moving and growing up the ladder like always, and I feel like both of them care about that and how they present themselves at work and how they present themselves in general. You know what I mean? They want to be taken seriously. They want to be known as good communicators and people who should be respected.
Absolutely.
You know?
I just don't know if they would actually be able to have moments of intimacy together.
I don't know how much time they would make for each other.
Yeah.
Is my thing,
I feel like Virgo would want to have some time with Capricorn, and Capricorn too, but I just feel like sometimes the relationship would be a little too serious.
Yeah. And I feel like both of those signs need someone to like loosen them up, remind them to step away from work.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like both of those signs will get so lost in whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
They need a partner to be like, hi honey, come eat.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like everyone gets
camel toe.
Everyone gets camel toe, but
if you say you don't, you're like, what do you think? You're better than people? Like, oh my God.
Also, you're so lying. Like, everyone's shape.
I just also don't know,
You know what
what
I
is the
mean?
shame in
Right.
what that does.
I actually-
like, ew, look at the camel toe. Like, why are you looking?
I know. Why are you so obsessed?
Why do you love my camel toe so much?
I just feel like I remember when I was a teenager.
Oh, it was such a big ass deal.
Stupid little boys being like, hey, she has a camel toe. And I'm like, well, yeah, I have a vagina. You know
No,
what I mean?
literally.
Like, of course, of course.
Yeah, and your fingertips probably smell like balls because
Right.
you're a man. Like, are we making observations here?
I also wanted to say
Was that
about this,
uncalled
though,
for?
ironically enough, I saw this really weird video on TikTok
Oh, no.
about this girl and how she was like patting that area to make it look like she didn't have a camel toe for when she went to the gym. And I'm just like, why are you trying
Who
so
cares?
hard?
Like, that is actually strange.
Right?
No, you're thinking about it too much.
Way too much. I'm sorry that you have this trauma about a camel toe, but like it's
No,
really
I mean,
not that big of a deal.
obviously it's like trauma because if you're young and people like make fun of you for shit, you grow up thinking that like you got to cover it or something. You know what I mean? But as adults, I think we should all collectively agree that we're done being shamed by shit that we were shamed for when we were in like middle school. Yes. I'm done with that shit.
Yes.
Honestly.
We gotta let it go.
I want to let it go.
Let it go, guys.
Let's let it go.
As a collective. Free yourself.
No, seriously. I think like
From the shackles of
pre-Virgo
13-year-olds.
season is the best time to do it because Virgo season is all about judgment, and I want us to judge each other less. How about that?
Yes. Yes. And why does, these 13, 12-year-olds, 11-year-olds
people-
have this
they're-
control over you still? You know what I mean? People are so
13-year-olds
terrible.
I was going to say,
They're the
teenagers
worst.
are ruthless.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you want to know how you really look? Ask a teenager. They will not hold back.
True.
They are like the Simon Cowell of like
They're
age
so
groups.
bad.
Like, they're just ruthlessly honest.
Why did they have no filter? Why did we have no filter back then?
Because we're in pain. We're in deep, deep pain, and we're psychos. Yeah, we're psychos, and anyone that really just ends up being in front of us can get it.
Yeah.
Whether it's your mom, your best friend, a random teacher. We were roasting teachers out here.
Oh, totally.
And now that I think about it, these poor teachers, like, they're not getting paid enough to deal with our shit.
So true. We definitely.
But some of them were assholes and weird.
Oh,
they deserved it.
Yeah.
But the ones that were nice, it's like almost as a teenager, you could smell it. You could smell the nice ones, and you're almost meaner. It's pretty fucked up.
Yeah. It's like, I could take advantage of you.
Yeah. It's fucked. Oh my God.
Isn't it a thing that like your brain when you're a teenager is closest to like a psycho?
I said this on the podcast. Literally the same hormones go off in your body, or not hormones, like they basically looked over someone's brain. Mm-hmm. And like if you are a psycho, the brain looks the same as a teenager's. Under like a CAT scan or whatever the fuck they use.
So
That's
wild.
insane.
So
and
wild.
very true and accurate.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like the narcissism as a teenager is wild. Like,
Oh
yes,
my God.
my world will end if you do this to me. You're ruining my life.
Yeah. My life. My whole life.
Yeah, literally.
Even though you have no idea what's like ahead of you and you really have so much more
It's just
time,
such a strange time because, you are not a child anymore, but you're not an adult either. So it's like you feel like you should have the freedom of an adult, but meanwhile, you really don't know what's about to happen in the real world. So I understand our parents probably just look at us like, you psycho. You think just because you got a little bit of freedom and a little bit more personality that you know what to do out here? Please.
Not you having a little bit of more personality.
That's kind of.
You think you grown?
It's true. When you're a child,
no, it's true.
You don't know, you still probably don't know who you're gonna be anyway. But like, you think you do. You think like you have reached the final level of like finding yourself. Like you are just starting.
It's so true.
This isn't your end all be all personality.
Oh my gosh, that is so freaking funny,
isn't it?
Yeah, so funny. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
but you
God.
couldn't tell us otherwise.
No, you really couldn't.
You know what I mean?
And
you couldn't tell.
You think I would tell a teenager this right now?
No.
They're gonna like fuck me up. They're
Right.
crazy.
Y'all scary.
In this day, also these teenagers are different. These teenagers hit different. Like the COVID teenagers, they're ruthless probably.
Right.
You know, at least they could take it out when they went out in public. Now they've been sitting with this anger.
Yeah.
More therapy. Go to more therapy.
Everyone.
Double up those sessions.
Yeah.
Okay, so Virgo season is coming up. And, I just really, was sitting and thinking about Virgo energy, as I like to do sometimes with all signs. Sometimes I just think about a certain sign's energy, and I'm like, that's so funny that you like that, because, like, also you're like that. Like, I'll be having these conversations in my mind. And when I was thinking about Virgo energy, I, was thinking about how Virgo energy is honestly one of the most well-mannered signs while also being the most disrespectful. And how does that happen? How is one person so cautious of how they act, how they present themselves, but when it comes to reading you, or when it comes to reading a situation, they can actually hurt some feelings, and they're not even trying. That is just their vocabulary and the way they go about it, their tone, the coldness of their tone. It's so mean.
Yeah. And I just feel like they're so observant too. You don't think
the details
I feel like
of the read.
Exactly. It hurts a little bit more because you're like, oh, most people think oh, you're not looking at me like that. You know what I mean? But if there's a Virgo placement around you,
they've been looking
at you like that. And that's why the reads hurt extra more too, because it's damn, you studied me and you really feel strongly about this.
Absolutely. Because it's when they're not in your eyesight, because Virgo's usually the one in the corner, you know what I mean? So you're not really thinking about how they're perceiving you. If they're looking at you, you're too busy socializing or doing your thing, really. And then come to find out, Virgo was the one that was observing in the shadow, in the corner. Of course they're going to know everything about you. While you are conversating and being the loudest person in the room, the quietest person in the room is typically observing you. And reading you. Which will make their reads more disrespectful, because you can maybe go off of what you just see right now in front of you, but they've been watching you for a while.
Yes. It's so true, though, too, on the flip side of that, because I feel like the first time I ever meet a Virgo, they're so almost shy, very well-mannered, you know what I mean? Always come presenting nice, usually come with a gift if it's a housewarming type of thing.
Yeah.
You know, they're just thoughtful like that too. So they come off as oh, you're kind, but kind of standoffish. But you always, it's still welcoming, in my opinion. You know, you feel I want to invite them because they're nice and they're going to show up.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Sometimes I feel they don't do it because they want to be perceived nice or kind. They just think it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Their morals are always at the highest priority. You know what I mean? They're not oh, this is kind, this is sweet. They're no, I have to do this.
Yeah.
Because this is how good, normal people behave.
It's the right thing to do.
Exactly.
And I judge you when you don't do the right thing.
Exactly. And that goes back to the whole, well, when they're, reading you or whatever, they're not really thinking about how it's going to make you feel. They're not being that sweet, oh, maybe I shouldn't say this because it's kind of fucked up. They're no, this is the right thing to do because you need to know this about yourself.
Yes. The energy.
Oh, that Virgo energy.
It also just cracks me up too because I feel the Virgo could be being very quiet.
Yeah.
You know, just like we said, kind of hiding, lurking in the background. And then you see their little hand go up or something.
Yeah.
And then they just rip you to shreds or like rip your idea apart. You know what I mean? Like poke all the flaws and holes out of it.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, damn.
It's true.
You know?
Especially if they're comfortable with you.
Yeah.
Especially if they're comfortable with you. Because I think sometimes Virgos, to the person, they don't always say it if they don't know them that well. But if you have the honor of being a Virgo's friend or family member, afterwards the Virgo will be like, damn, that was the shittiest thing I've ever seen. Like, that was the worst they've ever looked. Like, damn, they're really going through it. You know what I mean? But they have the manners to not even, you know, say anything to the person, obviously, about their idea or whatever.
Totally.
How they were behaving or whatever. But later, behind closed doors, they will really let it loose.
Yes. It goes back to that polite thing. And again, like you said,
it's
like
the
if
right
they feel
thing.
if they feel comfortable with you, they'll share it.
Yeah.
But if not, they'll be like, well, it's the right thing to keep my opinion to myself.
Right. Right.
My Virgo mother always used to say, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Until it's behind closed doors.
Right. and then she would say the most foul shit about people behind closed doors.
Oh my
so
God.
that's all Virgos I know.
I mean, to be honest, I don't know. I kind of like it because, why should people know your mean comments? It's all about, like, how much you care about the person.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not going to see that person out there, why would you be the one that shares this bad news to them, tells them about themselves? You know what I mean? Most people should actually shut the fuck up. It's not your place.
Yeah.
Most people, but most people don't. Most people really have just, like, met you for, like, 2 days, and they will tell you everything that they think you should do to fix your life.
Right.
You know?
Okay, can I say the other thing, too, about Virgos? Like, most of the time, I feel like their advice is actually helpful, unlike other people's advice out here. Not always, but I feel like it's
very practical.
Yes.
They think about it from every angle.
Yes, practical and tactical,
Yeah.
which I appreciate. Because sometimes people, too, they have a hard time organizing their ideas, people being me. But I feel like Virgos can be very concise with, like, this is how I think it can get better. If you do these steps, it could get better for you. And I appreciate that energy. Because it's organized.
Yeah.
You know?
You can actually put that to plan.
Yeah.
Rather than people that are just being like, well, just go with your heart.
Just go with the flow.
Do what's right. Everything always works out.
Like, no, Virgo's like, I'm going to ask detailed
fortune
questions
cookie.
to make sure it does work out for me.
Yeah.
You know?
And let's really think about all the different avenues. You know what I mean? There's different ways to solve your problems. And Virgo will help you look at every single one.
Even if they're just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, you know, and some of them fucking be doing that shit like their life depends on it. I hate devil's. Honestly, Virgo, Aquarius, and that they will not give up this devil's advocate personality trait. Please, like, no, you're just a negative person. I'm sorry. Anyway. Well, I'm just playing no one cares. No one asked, literally. Like,
actually, it just feels like you're shitting on everyone's ideas.
No,
like,
you know what I mean?
There's better ways to communicate.
There's, like, playing devil's advocate when it comes to us like, talking about pop culture or, like, a TV show or something. But when it comes to my life, I don't need you to play devil's advocate. Really. No. Please. If you have something helpful to say, great, but, like, I don't need you to play the other side for me. I already know what the other side is thinking.
Just say what you're thinking.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't have to play this game.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Well, just being a devil's advocate.
Like, let's
no.
play it
This
out.
is what you want to say, so say it for your chest.
Right. Just let me know how you feeling.
Right.
I also really enjoy Virgo season because it's letting me know that my favorite season of all is coming.
I know.
Which is fall.
Seriously.
And Sarah and I went on a great shopping day yesterday, I just have to say, and I got a lot of cute fall tings. And fall just makes me so happy, and it reminds me of a conversation that we had the other day that, like, you know, when you're in school, you kind of get a refresh, you know, like when around fall time. But there's not a lot of times where we get, like, a refresh twice in a year anymore. You know, like, we get it in January, but we don't, as adults, we don't really get that again. And I feel like more people should celebrate a new, like, a turning of a new time, you know, changing of a time.
Yeah.
Whether that be in fall, I think that's the perfect time. But you could do it other times too.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. Being an October baby, fall is honestly the best season. And it's so cute seeing everyone being like, it's fall. I'm like, yeah, bow down, bitches. It's our season. And I do love that. And honestly, Persian New Year's is one of those for me. And I'm sure other people that celebrate New Year's that is different than the calendar year New Year's here feel that way too, of feeling like a new refresh. But fall is also definitely one of those times for me. I just feel like the color palettes are so cozy to me. All the different types of like pumpkin delicacies and like all the like hot drinks.
Yes.
All like the spooky season movies. Like honestly, just going to a spirit store and walking around brings joy to me in more ways than I can really describe.
Yeah.
It's so nice. I love it so much.
Every time I see a pumpkin, my heart grows a little bit bigger because it just warms my soul.
Yeah.
So much.
I got a pumpkin squishmallow, and I'm just, like, so in love with her. Like, my little pumpkin patch. She's so cute. And honestly, like, what is it about fall? Like, it's just the best season.
Right?
And if you don't agree, you should really go to your room and lock the door and really think about it.
Right. Why are you a hater? I know you're lying. Actually, I know that they're lying.
No, because some people really be, like, loving summer. Like, summer's, like, their season. I'm like... Hey.
Okay, I want to talk to those people after this summer because I feel like everywhere it was hella hot. Like, did you even enjoy your hella hot ass summer?
No, seriously.
Like, comment down below. I need to know.
True.
You know? Because I feel like my friends in SAC, they said it was way too hot and they didn't have a good time.
Yeah.
They didn't do the things they normally do.
A lot of people were, feeling the heat waves. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's sad.
Too hot to go outside.
It really is. Oof.
Like, that's rough.
Us in San Francisco.
We're 68
like
degrees.
Literally, actually. Woo!
One question about fall that's very random that just popped into my head. If you could be any fall Halloween type of creature, what kind of creature would you be?
I feel like I would be a ghoul.
A ghoul!
Honestly, being a ghost sounds really fun if I can tap back in and like eat and like have sex and partake in the earthly things. Because like, my favorite superpower is being invisible.
Yeah.
Being a ghost, you can be invisible.
Mm-hmm.
You could go any place you want. You can like observe your favorite things about this planet without other people being in your business, looking at you.
True.
You know what I mean? And I could haunt people. Mm-hmm. You know what? The vengeance can also come out. The Scorpion vengeance. So it's really a win-win-win for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
I see that.
What about you?
I like it. I feel like I'd probably want to be a witch or like a transforming witch of like a black cat too, because I feel like
a little Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
I'd love to be a little cat.
Yeah.
But I also want to be a witch.
Yeah, which is fun.
Yeah.
It's like I already feel like I'm a witch because I'm just that bitch. But, it'd be cool to have like real powers.
Yeah.
Besides like the, usual like manifestation shit.
Yeah.
So let's do a little toxic Twitter time.
Okay.
Are you ready? I'm going to read you this headline and then we're just going to go ahead and react to it.
Okay.
All right.
I'm nervous.
Pastor apologizes after calling church members poor and broke for not buying him his luxury watch.
Shut the fuck up. Oh my God.
It's like, I know like the show Righteous Gemstones on HBO is based off of very true stories.
Yeah.
These mega churches that are very much using the power of the Lord to finesse and be used car salesmen against their very own churchgoers.
It's capitalism in the church.
No, literally. And it's so wild. It's so
crazy.
So to see that headline, I'm like, oh my God. Like, what the hell? Like, it's almost just so pathetic and just... It's a joke, right? I'm surprised there isn't a reality show about these churches.
For real. That would actually be so fascinating because you know that there's
but they
so
would
many
never
scandals.
they would be ripped apart and everything they do they want it to be hush hush, and as long as the members of the church don't notice how shady they're being, they're good. You know what I mean? They don't want the rest of the world to catch them in the act because you have fresh eyes when you're looking into a situation. The people that have been a part of this establishment for a long time, they probably don't see the red flags of like, oh shit, maybe they're taking advantage of us.
Or they've gone like numb to it too. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
The people who have been there for a long time. This just doesn't sit right with me because I feel like people go usually to religion when they're like feeling lost, you know,
or
and
to
the
feel
power.
empowered.
Yeah, and when a pastor is openly talking about how you're using their money to fund your own life, I'm like, who am I?
Luxury,
really?
not even just like a little house, like roof for your pastor to have a place to live, but literally a luxury watch. A luxury watch. This is not a necessity. This is you trying to stunt. You know what I mean? When you roll up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's actually insane and sad and pathetic. It makes me so angry.
Yeah, I don't have.
And that's the thing. It's like pastors already aren't really working with the best branding when it comes to sexual harassment and you know what I mean, all the weird shit they do. I don't really want to go too deep into it for censoring reasons, but I feel like it's just, how is it that these churches are still operating when all this scandal comes out about them? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think we're seeing more and more stories about people leaving the church, and obviously, you know, it's different for everyone. Not all churches are like this, but you guys can't lie and say that a lot of stories don't come out about these churches doing really crazy shit.
Yeah. Like inappropriate things that you would never allow in like a workplace. Yeah. You know what I mean? But this is another place where, sorry for the pun, where you congregate. You know what I mean?
And it's wild because they're not taxed.
Right.
Churches are not taxed.
From a very young age, when my grandmother used to make me watch like the freaking, it almost felt like an infomercial of like these Christianity channels.
Yeah.
I felt from a very young age then that people were just trying to like take money.
Yeah.
From you in a church sense. And again, this isn't all churches or all religions or anything like that, but this specific channel that I'd watch, and now it's kind of like cursed my mind that I do feel like a lot of religion, and especially in the US here, is meant to just like take money, and it's a cash cow. And you saying that they don't have any taxes or anything like that is just like a further point to what I feel. You know what I mean? Like, gosh, I don't know. I just don't like it. It doesn't sit right with me.
It doesn't sit right with me either. And you know, it's perfect what you said, because at the end of the day, a lot of people look towards their church to be able to have the courage to live. You know what I mean? Like, it gives them a set of beliefs that gives them hope for the future. It gives them a guideline on how to live a fulfilled life.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I can't help but think that some of these people, maybe they put their value upon like giving money to their church. Like, oh my God, like, let me give back to my church. Like, this is the place that changed my life. This is the place that made me feel valuable again, worthy again of this life. And of course I need to give money to them. It's almost like tapping into their guilt.
Yeah.
Of feeling like the church changed their life. So of course they have to, you know, give their money away.
Yeah.
And if certain churches are using their well-earned, you know, money, well-earned dollars to make the church better, but really they're buying luxury watches and shit, or cars or whatever else it is, it's fucked up. And how do you consider yourself a godly man, or woman, or whatever, and you're doing this shit?
Yeah, no, I feel like you can't actually, and that's my other issue. Is like, you know, we're sitting here thinking most pastors, preachers, whatever, priests, we think you're holier. You know what I mean? You follow a certain kind of standard or a certain kind of law, right? Yeah. But a lot of these pastors and preachers and stuff don't actually do that. So I fundamentally have an issue with these type of knowing that they are manipulative people coming in, surrounding themselves around people who are looking for some type of guidance, right?
They're lost.
And they're guiding them to their own wallets. Yeah. They're guiding them to like certain banks and stuff. And I hate that. You don't have to pay to be in touch with the Lord. You know what I mean? Or a higher power.
You really don't.
No.
I feel like, of course, I think it's okay to pay you know, your church if you feel like they're doing great work in other countries, you know what I mean? Or just to make sure that, you know, your church is operating at its full potential. That's fine.
Totally.
But it's all that extra shit. Like, they really need to know where their money is going, and they need to share what they're spending the money on with proof.
Yeah.
I personally think. Put it on a website or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because sadly, that's the day and age we live in. You could be lying. And I just want people to also understand that in all areas of life, there will be this used car salesman personality.
Yes.
It's like when you say used car salesman, we're not just only talking about people who sell used cars and are shady. We're not just talking about Matilda's daddy. We're talking about like everybody in any workplace, and you know what I mean, in the government. Lots of them in the government. Church. You know what I mean? Families. You know how some of these people are?
Right.
The uncle, like, you know what I mean? I got a little idea, like.
Right, let me sell you this.
Exactly.
Come buy this.
You know?
Right.
So just be aware of this personality trait. It exists more than you would think. Some people are just really good at presenting their case eloquently. And, you know, we talked about this in one of our videos last week about Capricorn, you know? Capricorns aren't always doing this shit, but, you know, Capricorn energy in general is really, really good at presenting their case and, you know, just creating a pyramid scheme.
And some people speak with so much confidence, and when other people are unsure, they'll just go with the person who sounds the most confident in the room.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Especially, again, if they're looking for guidance, which I feel a lot of people who go to church are.
And pastors are really good public speakers.
Yes.
You guys, I want you to understand that if
That's
you
their
feel
skill.
comfortable, I'm a marketing major, you know what I mean? So, like, you have to have thick skin in order to be able to stand in front of a class or a big-ass crowd and speak confidently. You know what I mean? You really kind of have to actually tap out and just be someone else when you're on that stage. Because being yourself, sometimes you get nervous. So I do think that some of these people, they kind of put on this personality almost, and they don't necessarily have their heart with them anymore. They're really just speaking from their minds.
Yeah.
And it's very, very scary, you know? The best public speakers can use their heart and their mind, but a lot of people, they know they just have to distance themselves from their heart in order to get you to believe them.
Right. And I feel like those people are the ones who we hear the stories mostly about. You know what I mean? Doing shit like this, doing nasty things. Like, I don't want to, like, make it seem like I'm shitting all on religion and all pastors and priests are bad. You know what I mean? Like, that's
There's people
definitely not
like
what we're
this
saying.
in every area of life.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just, I just feel like, me personally, it feels extra shitty because.
Your Sagittarius is
Yeah. It ain't right.
Yeah. It ain't right. Honestly, on a micro level, I experienced this when I worked at Radio Shack. So my first job was at Radio Shack, and they would make us sell like this like warranty on like products, and they would always make us go extra hard on like the older people. Oh, no. And I'm like, you know what, like get her, like she's getting her cell phone upgraded, make sure she gets the, and I always just felt a little guilty. I was like, well, like this phone's not gonna break. Like, why would I make them pay like $50 more? Like, it just did not sit right with me.
Yeah.
But like that is also how it goes when it comes to sales jobs.
Yeah.
You know they don't need this product. You know this is the dumbest fucking product ever. But you will literally not be able to pay your rent unless you get this person to fucking buy that shit.
Yeah.
And it's fucked up. It's fucked up. But you have to have a certain type of personality to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Personally, I am really good at sales, but I also have a very guilty conscience. So I really, I wouldn't be able to sit at home and feel right about what I did during the day.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, and I can't. And that's just me.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I can't do it at all. I'll start, and then I'm like, I give myself up. Like halfway through, I'm like, no, actually, you shouldn't buy this. Like, it's actually really not a good idea. Just walk out. Actually, you take $10 from me, and like, we'll call it even. The guilt just takes over.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
for real.
I feel so, I just can't.
It's a lie. You're selling a lie.
Why would I just don't, I can't swindle people like that.
For you?
For you? Oh, man. Wow. Can't believe you called him poor, though. That's fucked up.
That's pretty fucked up. You broke ass, poor ass fucking bitch.
Right. Good for nothing. I want new members in my church.
No, literally. He's going to start doing a credit check before they can join the church.
Oh my God.
Imagine they did that shit. Before you can join this church, I'm going to need you to give me your credit score.
Oh my gosh. That would be insane.
I bet you that happens. Bet.
That would be so insane. I can't believe people wouldn't think that's weird.
Of course not. People love to feel. Sadly, some people like to feel like they're like, part of something bigger.
An exclusive.
It's like a country club of church, you know?
Oh my God.
Oh, Lord.
Terrible. Terrible. Ooh, okay. So, okay, we like to travel, right? But I saw something new coming out with airplanes. So apparently there's like a supersonic airplane that's coming out.
What is it going to do?
It's supposed to get you to wherever you're trying to go in half the time.
Stop.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you want to be on the first one that
Fuck
does it?
no. But everyone's saying this is the future, and I saw a weird article that American Airlines is one of the newer U.S. Airlines who is investing in supersonic.
I bet they are because they're
airplanes.
literally the worst. American Airlines is the worst. They're like, you know what? Yeah, let's invest in something. Let's be the first of our kind.
I think it was also.
Let me know when Delta and Southwest gets on it.
Yeah. I feel like crap. I can't remember who the main one was, but there was some Japanese.
Is that what they're calling it?
And, yeah, supersonic airplane.
What? So the price is gonna be double, probably, right?
Oh,
because
not. I mean, yeah, probably. But that's so whack.
It is, but everything sadly is about money.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Right.
When was the last time someone created something that is more helpful and better and made it not more expensive?
No, that's so true. And if you think about it, for any form of transportation, yes, you could take the train to New York, but that time is gonna,
that time
you know
is
what I mean?
ridiculous. But the wholesome content of your headphones in your ear and you looking out the train, revisiting some of your most memorable moments in life.
But
now
it's just
that's
what you're willing to, to do. And I feel like most rich people are time is money. I'm not going to waste my time traveling, doing this or whatever.
Absolutely. In America, especially.
Yeah.
I feel like people in other countries, they love to do things slowly and savor it and enjoy it. But in America, we're like, time is money.
Hustle, get up.
I'm going to get a heart attack right now.
No, literally. You better get your ass up and work.
American dream. The American dream will lead you to a heart attack before 30.
Yes. Wait.
That's the only thing guaranteed.
They should make a commercial like that of moving to America, and then you know how in the drug commercials they're like, and these are all the negative side effects.
May cause heart attack before 30.
Yes. May cause extreme depression, poverty,
literally,
unlivable working conditions.
Food doesn't taste the same.
Right. Rapid weight gain for no apparent reason.
Imagine. I'm pretty sure we have people watch us and listen to us from other countries. Yes, it is as bad as we're describing it.
It is, and you guys have every right to make fun of us.
No, seriously,
for that reason
we are the reality show of the world.
Oh yeah,
enjoy.
Right, the trashy one at that.
Yeah, we're trying to be better, especially us, in California and New York. But it's the middle that has some issues.
Right,
take it up with them.
Right, we don't identify.
We don't know her.
With them.
It's the weird uncle that you don't want to talk to. That's the Midwest.
Right.
But he keeps popping up like he's part of the family.
Oh my gosh, getting off of Facebook was the best decision I ever made.
Why were you even on there for that long?
Because I feel like I was connected. I wasn't. I was on it because my family, you know what I mean? They're like, oh, we want to be connected to you. But then it was my family who was sending me all this weird shit and stressing me out. So I was
oh my God, that's
I'm
amazing.
not gonna, all my aunties and uncles sending weird shit.
That's so funny.
Weird links. I'm like, bro, stop.
Okay, what you're saying reminds me of my mom because my mom is on WhatsApp now and she's so cute and we send voice messages. Mm-hmm. But my mom is also just very popular within the family and just family friends. She's always talking to everyone. She's an Aries. Mm-hmm. And she told me about a recent boundary she set with people. And she was like, I don't want to hear, like, I don't want you guys sending me, like, negative videos about, like, what's happening politically in Iran. And, like, I don't want to know, like, this shit. Like, she's like, I have to tell people to stop sending me that. I want to only receive, like, positive things.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, Mom, look at you setting boundaries. Yes. Honestly, though, I couldn't imagine what it'd be like to be, like, people know better than to send me, like, stupid shit because you will get blocked. But, like, I feel like people need to get better at that. If you have people in your life who are sending you, like, negative things that, like, you don't necessarily care about, let them know. Be like, you're always sending me the weirdest shit. Like, and honestly, it puts me in a state of distress.
Yeah.
Because I don't actively look at things like that.
Yeah.
Like, why are you sending this to me?
Mm-hmm. You got to set that boundary.
You really do.
Because sometimes people are pushy.
They are.
And they go and try and push the narrative and that information upon you.
Also, some people I feel like just want to argue. Like, they send you something that they know is going to trigger you to an argument.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, that was definitely happening to me at the end.
You're like, I was a victim of this exactly.
Exact thing. I feel like I would go on to, like, respond to, like, things that my family was sending me. Yeah, I'm
saying,
like,
Maya,
I'm ready to do my research and get all political on your ass. I was an internet warrior on Facebook.
Crying.
I would come with, like, multiple articles, like, fact checking them. I was obnoxious. You guys.
Were.
I'm really happy I'm not
Sagittarius
that. Aquarius rising.
That's
yes.
who you were.
Yes.
That's who you were.
I'm so happy I'm not in that place anymore.
Yeah, I'm happy for you. Honestly,
it's a lot. I feel a lot more free.
Honestly, sometimes you just need to take people's access to you away. It's as easy as that.
No, literally.
And people will be like, well, where'd you go? Don't worry about it.
Right.
Honestly, go find someone else to bug.
Right. If you really cared about me, you would find another way to communicate, but you don't.
Really be honest? I feel like Facebook is the dark web. Like, we keep talking about the dark web like we don't know it's Facebook.
Like, I don't know it's Facebook.
You know it's Facebook. Why are we pretending?
So true. It's so true. I just feel like Facebook isn't running Facebook anymore. Like, there's just so many people who are, like, putting lots
It's very strange. It's very strange.
Facts on there.
Facts. Oh my God. Urban Dictionary is more fact than
Y'all
Facebook.
couldn't see my, air quotations if you're just listening.
I think they heard it with, like, the tone.
Okay.
Like, you would have said facts, but you said fakes.
Facts. Yeah, I just cannot. Speaking of Facebook, actually.
Jesus.
So, they're coming up with the whole metaverse. Uh-huh. Yes, which
the dark metaverse.
The darker web. And I saw this, which I hadn't seen before, an actual AI influencer. And on Instagram, she has, like, 1 million followers. Well, and it was the weirdest freaking thing I have ever seen, because she really kind of does look like a human, but then also clearly doesn't look like a human, but is out, like, taking pictures and, like, trying to be personable. It's just the strangest thing.
I can't.
It's the strangest.
I
think it's the strangest thing.
I actually can't. Like I said, if the world wants to end, let it end. Just let me know if there's 2 more years and I'll just have all the fun. Like, with this shit, I can't. This is not my reality.
Right?
No. No matter how much they try to push this on us, how about we fix the world that we live in right now before we make a fake new one?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm all good with video games and shit like that. But why do we need a whole nother world? Like, it's making people, I don't know, like, I feel like it's like a new freaking episode of fucking
Black Mirror.
If you don't like your life, don't worry about it. You can be a fake person.
Yeah.
In the virtual world. And
yeah.
I feel like it will actually pull people away from their real self even more, like their real identity even more, your soul even more. Like, oh, you don't like yourself? Don't worry about it. You never even have to be yourself again. You don't ever have to think about why you are the way you are again.
Right.
You could just tap into who you are in your virtual reality world and fuck your human self. Fuck going outside. Fuck eating a little better once in a while. Just be you at your lowest state, because that's not who you are anyway.
Right.
It's scary.
It is scary. I feel like all of these social media apps, tools, whatever, like they really can be such a hindrance to you if you don't know who you are or you don't feel confident in who you are and what you bring to the table. You know what I mean? Because it's always challenging it and being like, maybe you should alter yourself this way. Maybe you should look this way. Maybe you should be doing this. Maybe you should like this.
Yeah.
You know? And it's just always forcing you to question who you are. And if you don't know that confidently, you're going to be swayed to who they want you to be.
Absolutely. I think it's also really scary because social media, you know, you can post something and if it gets really good feedback, you will tell yourself, well, I need to wear that more. I need to keep my hair that color more. I need to act like that more because people liked it. You really don't know what's going to hit on social media, so it could be random, but you will have this idea of like, because a lot of people like this, now I got to be like this. If you don't have a strong sense of self, you will really steer away from what you want to do because this post got a lot of likes. People like it when you act like that. People like it when you wear that. Do you like that? Or are you all of a sudden changing it because, you know, a large amount of people want you to be this way or like this post?
Exactly.
I feel like it's very manipulative if you don't really know what you like and who you are.
Right.
You know?
And we have to remember that these are businesses, companies. There is a motive for them behind it, and that's for us to buy things.
Well,
you know?
Social media, the product is us.
Yeah.
We are the product.
Yeah.
When it comes to these social media companies.
I feel like they need to bring back that social media.
The social dilemma?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they should just like redo it every year so people remember. Because I feel like people have kind of like forgotten. And we don't forget, but I need other people to like constantly be thinking about this.
Yeah.
You know?
And constantly create a distance. And when I say distance, I don't mean delete your social media. If you want to do that too. But I mean distance in the sense that this is who I am. I can go on social media. This is fun. Hee hee ha ha. But me and that, we're not the same. You know what I mean? If that happens on social media and it hurts your feelings, that doesn't mean your feelings in real life need to be hurt. You know what I mean? Create a healthy boundary with what happens on social media versus what your mood is like in real life.
Yeah, 100%. Otherwise,
it'll get mixed together.
Yeah, and you'll be really
dangerous.
Sad.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
the power rests in the hands of your followers.
Correct.
And the people that talk to you on social media.
Correct. And it's always in their power, not yours.
Yeah.
You're not deciding.
Also, when people see that you're responsive and, you know, they're judging you or they're being mean to you or whatever, trolling you, and they see that you're responsive and you're responding a lot, they're going to know that they won and they're going to continue to do it. Really, ignorance is bliss in this sense.
Yes.
Ignore them.
Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is to keep quiet.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Like, not always. But there are times where, like, you're winning by not saying anything back to people.
Exactly.
Truly.
Let them have a conversation with themselves. Okay, so there was also this other article that really just made me feel joy, and I want to talk about it. So the article was titled "The Rise of Lonely Single Men." And it says, dating apps and a drastically changing relationship landscape. Key points. Dating opportunities for heterosexual men are diminishing as healthy relationship standards increase. Men represent approximately 62% of dating app users, lowering their chances for matches. Men need to address skills deficits to meet healthier relationship expectations. And
my
I am
gosh.
hollering because they just came for men, as they should. Yes, this is why divorce rates are up, because a lot of women are understanding their value. And finally, we are, getting to the space of feeling comfortable enough to live on our own.
Yeah.
Especially because we don't give a fuck about what society standards are. And because, we're actually getting opportunities to work and make a good amount of money so we don't have to depend on a man. And I think men, toxic men, when we talk about men here, we're talking about the toxic ones. If you're a good apple, you won't be offended.
Right, we ain't talking about
but yeah, I just think it's hilarious because these single men, I know I know these heterosexual toxic men are just, this is why they have all these podcasts. They're single, and now they're in the basement with their little mic talking about, well, you know, well, this is why we don't want you anyway. No, you are just mad because you're single and women don't need you.
Nobody wants you.
And if you want to be wanted, you should probably go to therapy and figure out what's wrong with you.
Yeah.
Because you sitting there complaining about women, we don't care.
At all.
We don't need you.
At all.
We don't depend on you.
No. I wish we could go and take the mics away from them because I really just want to Your voice and your opinion is so irrelevant.
Actually, how about, you know what, you got a mic and you want to use it, take that mic, go to a therapist's office, and how about you live record that therapy session? That will be more beneficial than anything else.
Yes, totally.
You know?
Totally. Okay, wait, so let me get it correct that this app is calling those people out and is trying to, like, make the men better?
It's not an app. Oh. It's just an article.
Oh, it was just an article. Yeah. Oh, it was just an article talking about
that. It said dating apps and a drastically changing
okay.
relationship landscape. The rise of lonely single men.
Yes. Yeah. No, I mean, I also love that for us women. You know what I mean? I feel like that also says, like, collectively that we are raising our standards.
We are.
You know, which, fuck yeah.
And I think, you know, the term pick me, when it came out, although some feelings were hurt by the term pick me because it resonated with some of these women,
yes,
I think it's also helping a lot of them realize, oh my God, am I a pick me?
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, like, am I always downplaying my value because I want a boyfriend no matter who it is? Yeah. So it's making them really self-evaluate, like, shit, why am I always wanting to eat chicken wings and watch sports and not have an opinion?
Oh,
maybe
my God.
I should be who I want to be. And, you know, if a man comes through, great. If he doesn't, oh, well, like, I'm not going to be sad because I don't have a man. You know what I mean? My life doesn't depend on my relationship status.
Yeah.
And I think also some women are understanding that.
Yes. No, totally. I feel like there's a couple moving parts, but I'm happy for
and the fuckboy.
My ladies.
Me too.
I really am happy. And men, as always, I need you to get it together. Like, of course.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, really, it's a dog-eat-dog world for these men right now. Because before, it was us women that were like, oh my God, I gotta find a husband. Like, oh my God, where is he? And now, really, we are spotting the good men and we're going for them. And we're not really looking at you if you're a fuckboy.
It's true.
You are a walking red flag, you know?
True.
And if we can't find a good man, we're having fun with our ladies, with our girlfriends. We're having fun traveling. We're having fun making that money. Like, either way, we're good.
Good without you and your crazy ass.
No, literally. Like, really. We're not out here trying to heal these broken men.
No.
Because who has time for that?
No. Gosh. Seriously, all men need therapy. Every single man on this planet needs therapy.
I mean, every single human, I would say.
It's true.
But men, especially because there is this stigma of men who go to therapy and them being weak and like, why do you need that? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And I also just feel like as women, like we have been forced to like deal with our emotions more and communicate with them more. I mean, we feel them more. Yeah. Usually. Well, not even necessarily, because there's plenty of men who feel lots of things. They just don't always communicate them. Yeah. But I just feel like they weren't always taught the tools, you know what I mean? Yeah. And because we've been communicating our feelings for longer, when they're then challenged in an adult relationship, they flounder. You know what I mean?
And well, society tells them since they were a kid that having emotions makes you weak. Yeah. You know what I mean? And to man up.
Right. So there's lots of things that I feel that they need to repair. And things that we were stunted, I feel like as women have unfortunately allowed us to be more productive in society.
Absolutely.
You know,
and
like
that's the thing though. It's like if you're a man and you're angry, you're like, okay, well, I was told to just bottle my emotions up. Like they did this to me. Yeah, who did this to you? Society. Who runs society? Men. So your issue is with men. You know what I mean? You need to change the world that we live in, and it starts with you. Like, start healing yourself, and then maybe if you're a man who ends up having kids and maybe some little boys, you can teach that to them as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it all starts with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And also the company you keep, because if you are around men who just do not want to change and they're so misogynistic, and whenever you try to be a little bit more emotionally intelligent or maybe understand things from a woman's perspective and they judge you or they clown on you, maybe that shows you that these aren't your boys.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's all about, you are the company you keep. I wholeheartedly believe that. You really have to look around and be like, do I like my friends? Do I want to be like them?
Right.
You know?
Do I like how they communicate to women, treat their mothers, treat their,
Yeah.
bosses who are
Right.
women? Like, that all is, like, relevant to me. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? Because
How you treat a woman you're attracted to, that's not really
That
how
don't
you
mean
feel about
shit to
all
me.
women.
exactly. Because there are a lot of people who are maybe not as attractive in this life. And you know what I mean? Like, why are you going to
Absolutely.
treat them less than? Do you think that they're less than because they're not pretty?
Well, I mean, also, guess what? I'm going to age and I'm not going to look like this all the
Right.
time. Are you going to be mean and rude to me and drop me for a 20-year-old when we're older? Like,
Right.
it doesn't matter if he's nice to you just because you're pretty. Like, he is not a good person.
Right.
He's just sexually attracted to you right now.
Yeah. I also take very sensitiveness to it because I was not always pretty. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
same.
So, like, you would not have looked twice at me when I was younger.
Same.
You know, like, you would have been clowning on me. That would have been me. So that
I mean, that
doesn't
triggers
sit
me.
right with
Because I
me.
remember when I was going through my ugly phase and boys were mean.
Exactly. I'm like, oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, it's fucked up. It's honestly insane. Woo.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Heterosexual men. Can't live without them. Want to beat them the fuck up.
Right. Do better. Get it together.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So I found this list of Zodiac couples by Zodiac Rule on Instagram. And I just thought it would be fun to talk about if we agreed, if they're like power couples or whatever it says about
Yeah.
these like duos.
Okay, let's go.
All right. So the first one is Virgo and Capricorn pairing. And it says they are the power couple.
Yeah, I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly see Capricorn and Virgo together really creating a big, beautiful life together. Because the attention to detail is there from Virgo's side.
Yes.
And Capricorn wants to build, build, build.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And I feel like Capricorn will really appreciate Virgo's need to make sure everything's perfect in every aspect of their life.
Yeah.
You know, and Virgo will appreciate how much Capricorn cares about the future.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think these are probably two of the hardest working signs in the entire zodiac. So I totally see why they would be deemed as the power couple because quite frankly, they have it together in terms of career and how they are moving and growing up the ladder like always. And I feel like both of them care about that and how they present themselves at work and how they present themselves in general.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They want to be taken seriously. They want to be known as good communicators and people who should be respected.
Absolutely.
You know?
I just don't know if they would actually be able to have moments of intimacy together.
I don't know how much time they would make for each other.
Yeah.
Is my thing
I feel like
too.
Virgo would want to have some time with Capricorn and Capricorn too, but I just feel like sometimes the relationship would be a little too serious.
Yeah. And I feel like both of those signs need someone to like loosen them up, remind them to step away from work.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like both of those signs will get so lost in whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
They need a partner to be like, "Hi honey, come eat."
Right.
"Hi honey, remember we have family.
Yeah.
We have people over."
Right.
You know, cuz they can get so laser focused.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine like if both of them are laser focused, like how are you going to talk ever?
Okay, next we have Libra and Leo, and it says these are the showstoppers. Oh,
Yes,
baby.
honey.
Yes. You watched
Yes.
our most fashionable signs, right?
Right.
Video. If you haven't, go watch it right now.
Do it.
Leo and Libra were on there for both of us.
Uh-huh.
Like, they are gonna really, stop the motherfucking show. Like,
Right.
they're here to show up and show out. They're gonna socialize. They're gonna be the couple that everyone gravitates to on a night out.
Yes.
Because they are obviously confident looking like that.
Right.
They're obviously both social butterflies. Like, who wouldn't want to be in a conversation with them? This is the couple you want to go on a double date with.
Yes, 100%. And I feel like both of them are fun too. And Leo's dramatic nature, like they'll show out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Libra will play along with
Absolutely.
it. Which love this duo in
Me
combination together because they're fabulous together. They understand the social aspect and need of wanting the attention of others. And I feel like they respect that within each other. You know what I mean? As long as one doesn't get more... as long as it doesn't turn competitive, like,
Right.
you know, like,
as long as
I want the spotlight. No, I want the spotlight.
Yeah. Yeah. Leo might get a little jealous when Libra's getting the attention, and Libra might get their feelings hurt when Leo's captivating a room with their bold energy.
Yes.
So, just give each other a little bit of time to let the other one shine.
Exactly. But I love this.
I love
Definitely best dressed, like, couple
Oh,
coming
absolutely.
through.
Like, they're hot.
Yes.
This is like a Love Island couple.
Right.
All right, lovely people. Thank you for hanging out with me and my bestie while we talk about a little bit of everything. We hope you guys enjoyed watching and listening to this podcast. If you're listening, don't forget to review this on the platform that you're watching. And if you are on YouTube, please subscribe, like the video, share it with your friends.
Do all
and
that.
just comment down below about literally anything that we talked about. We love interacting with you guys. So let us know how you feel in the comments.
We're going to link our socials somewhere around here. Don't forget, we post the podcast every Friday, and we post our other YouTube videos every Monday and Thursday. We love y'all so, so much. We hope you enjoy the last little bit of Leo season.
Yep.
We will see you in Virgo season.
Yeah, baby. Have a good weekend.
Bye.